Hello students. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is motion, we were talking about the graphical representation of motion. So let me remind you the things that we had discussed in the previous class. So you see, if we talk about the graphical representation of motion, so basically with the help of the graph, we used to represent the velocity, we used to represent the acceleration or the speed. So the first graph is the distance time graph. Distance time, it is equals to speed. Okay, so ultimately distance time graph help us to find the speed of a body. And in place of a distance, if we have taken the displacement time graph, so we will use the term velocity of the body. Now, if we talk about the distance time graph, if an object is moving with the equal distance in an equal interval of a time, we are knowing that it is traveling with a uniform speed. And at that time, the graph, it will be a straight line. And if we are saying the object is moving with the unequal distance in equal interval of a time, it means non-uniform motion, then we will say the object will show a curved line. So with the help of these two, we are able to understand that if it is a straight line, so it is a uniform speed. And if it is a curved line, it is a non-uniform speed. Now the same thing happened with that of the speed time graph or velocity time graph. There, if we get a straight line, it means the object is moving with the uniform acceleration. It means it is traveling with a speed by equal amount in equal interval of a time. So ultimately, it will give us a uniform acceleration. Here, if it is traveling with the speed by unequal amount in equal interval of a time, then it will show a non-uniform motion, and non-uniform motion will be shown by a curved line. The curved can be in the upward direction or it can be in the downward direction. If it is in the upward direction, we will say that it is a positive acceleration. And if it is moving in the upward direction, we will call that is a positive acceleration. And if it is, the graph is in the downward direction, students, then we will call it is a negative acceleration. So ultimately we can say that either positive or that of the negative acceleration, but the acceleration will be a non-uniform acceleration. It is not a uniform acceleration. Okay. In the same case, we have seen one more thing, that if we get a slope and that is moving from upward to downward and a straight line is there, so ultimately it is what? It is retardation. Okay, that is retardation. So one is acceleration, another one is retardation. Now, let us move forward and see the next topic. So you see, students, we have seen that there are three equations of motion. That is, V is equals to U plus AT, S is equals to UT plus half AT square, and V square is equals to U square plus 2AS. So this we have seen, we have derived it. Now, we can derive this same equation with the help of the graph. And for that, we use a term for it, that is deriving the equation by graphical method. Derive the equation with the graph, you can say, or with the graphical representation. Okay, so with the help of a graph, how can we derive the three equations of motion that we are going to see? Already we have seen this derivation of the equations, but we haven't seen with that of the graph. So now it's turn to derive the three equations of motion with the help of a graph. Okay, so let us derive it. So at first, we are going to derive the first equation of motion, and for that, you see, so I am going to make a graph here. Now this is what, this is a graph. Okay, so this is A and this is O, and here somewhere we are writing B. So you see, if this is what, student, this is a velocity time graph. Okay, velocity time graph. So you see, an object is there which was at position O and it was traveling with the initial velocity. Now we will keep the initial velocity, it is in between that of O and A, and we will represent it by U. Now it travels a distance with the from A to that of B. So the acceleration, it means the change in the velocity which occur in the body is from A to that of the B. So acceleration will be represented by the slope only, that is AB. Now we can complete this graph by drawing a perpendicular line from B to that of this time. Now here we are making it as C. So this is O, this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now you see, students, we can draw a perpendicular line to this also and a perpendicular line from that of the A. So here we can write it like BD and this is E. Now the graph is completed. Okay. Now it was moving with the velocity, that is v. So this whole is what? It is v, and the initial velocity is represented by u. Okay. So you see how we can find the acceleration of this body. So we can write it, the initial velocity of the body is initial velocity. So initial velocity of the body is equals to u. Then final velocity will be equals to v. Initial velocity is represented by u, final velocity represented by v. Okay. Now you see, student, if we talk about u, so u is what? That is equals to OA. And if we talk about v, that is the final velocity, it will be equals to OE. So you see here, if we talk about the final velocity, it will be equals to BC. Okay, because the object has traveled, the velocity changes up to B. So if we look at the graph, students, so BC will be what? It is the final velocity. So we can write it, final velocity is represented by BC. Okay. Now, before we go further, let me clear with that of the BC. Now you see here, students, if we talk about the BC, now this BC can be represented as BD plus CD. Okay, or DC. So BD plus DC. Right? BD plus DC is equals to BC. Now, this DC or this CD, you can see, it is equals to U. So we can also write it like V will be equals to BD plus U. Okay. So this is what, if you'll take it, this is equation first. Now what we have to do, we have to find the acceleration. And how can you find the acceleration? Acceleration is what? It is the slope, that is AB. Here from a velocity changes to the another velocity. So ultimately the slope of the graph will help us to find the acceleration of the body. So we can write it acceleration A. Let me rub it and then we can write it. Acceleration A. It is represented by the slope of the AB. So, it's equals to slope of line AB. Okay, it is represented by slope of the line AB. And how can you find the value of the slope? So, now we can say acceleration will be equals to speed upon time. So, we can also write it like BD upon AD. Okay. So, it can be represented by BD upon AD. Because you see, the velocity of the object was changes from A to B. So ultimately it is the BD upon AD. BD is what? That is the speed, the velocity of the object, and AD is what? It is the time taken by the object to reach up to B position. Okay, so with the help of this one, speed upon velocity upon time, we are able to find the acceleration. Okay, so we can write it. We can find the acceleration by using the formula, that is BD upon AD. Now it is easy to find the value of the BD also. So you see here A is equals to BD upon AD. Now AD is what? That is equals to OC. Okay, so we can write it, since AD is equals to OC and OC is equals to T. So in place of that, we can write it A is equals to BD upon T. Okay, so by putting this equation second. Okay, so by putting the value of equation second, we can write it BD upon T. Now students, what we can do, we know that is that will be, now we can also write it like BD is equals to AT. Okay, now this is what? This is equation third. Now, putting the value of BD from equation third in equation first, what we will get here? We can write it, that is putting the value of equation third in equation first, we get, now this is equation students, so V is equals to BD plus U. This is the equation first and the value of the BD is, we will take it from 80. So it will be equals to, B is equals to 80 plus U, or we can write it V is equals to U plus 80. Okay, and now U, what is this? V is equals to U plus 80. It is the first equation of motion. Okay. So the first equation of motion is v is equals to u plus at, and that we will get from this graph itself. Okay. So at first, if you want to find the acceleration, student, you are knowing that since it is a velocity time graph, so the graph, it means the slope of the line will explain the acceleration. So we represent it by the acceleration only. Acceleration is the slope of the line, which slope of the line in that of the velocity time graph. So with the help of this, we are able to find the value of the acceleration, and ultimately we will get the first equation of motion. Okay, so the question can be asked that derive the first equation of motion by using the graphical method. So this is the graphical method for deriving the first equation of motion. Now let us move on and see the second equation of motion. And you all are knowing the second equation of motion is S is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. So with the help of this same graph, students, we are going to derive the second equation of motion also. Okay. Now, so the second equation of motion. Now, in the first equation of motion, what we had done, student, we find the acceleration of the body. Now, suppose if we have to find the distance traveled by the body. Okay. So we can write it. If we have to find the distance traveled, so distance traveled is represented by S. Okay, so if we have to find the S, so we know that distance traveled will be equals to this distance traveled, it will be equals to the area of this graph. In the previous section also, when we were talking to find the distance traveled, you have seen that if we are able to find the area of the graph, ultimately we are able to find the distance traveled. So you see, OABC. This is what? This is the area covered by the graph. And if we are able to find the area of this graph, we are able to find the distance traveled. So we can write it. Distance traveled will be equals to area under the slope. The slope. Now this area will be equals to what? Area of OABC. OABC. If we are able to find the area of this, ultimately we will get the value of distance traveled. Now you see, students, if we talk about the area of this slope, the slope, so you have seen one thing here, that is here two things are there. O, A, B, C. Look at the graph. So A, B, D. This is the one figure, and O, A, D, C. This is the another one. A, B, D is the triangular, and O, A, D, C is a rectangle. Okay, so we can also write that S will be equals to area of triangle. We can represent the triangle A, B, D plus area of rectangle O, A, D, C. Okay. So two figures are there. Two figures are there. Okay. Now you see. We can also write it S will be equals to. What will be the area of rectangle? So let us find the first of all the area of rectangle and triangle. Then we will put the value on this formula. Okay. So if we talk about the area of rectangle OADC. So you are knowing the area of a rectangle can be found by multiplying the length into that of the breadth. So if you look at the figure, you see OADC. So OC is the length and OA is the breadth. Okay. So OC into OA will be what? It will be the length into breadth. So we can write it, area of rectangle OADC will be equals to OA into OC. Okay. So this will again equals to OA. You can see OA is what? That is equals to U, initial velocity, into OC is what? It is a T. So it will be represented by UT. So area of rectangle of OADC will be equals to UT. So which we have find the area of the rectangle, that will be equals to O represented by UT. Now let us try to find the area of the triangle ABD. So area of the triangle will be equals to half into base into height. Okay. So it will be equals to half into base into height. Now you can see here, student, if we look at this triangle, what you will see? What is the base here? So base will be AD. So we can write it here AD into height. So height will be BD into BD. Now see. So now it will be equals to half into. Now this AD is equals to OC. Okay, because these two are parallel to each other. So we can say AD will be equals to OC. So we can also write it AD will be equals to OC, and this BD, we have find the value of the BD, that was equals to BC minus DC, right? And you see the value of the BD that we get in the previous when we were doing this. So in the previous one, students, we have find the value of a BD, and that was equals to 80. How did it came? You see, BD will be equals to what? We have seen the value AB. AB will be equals to BD upon AD, and it came out to be 80. So BD value will be equals to 80. Okay. So we get the value of a BD as well as of AD. So AD will be equals to OC. So we can write it. Now, one more thing is there. If we talk about OC, so that will be equals to T. Okay. So AD is equals to OC and OC is equals to T. So we can write it here. AD is equals to T. So ultimately AD will be equals to T into 80. Okay. Now see. Now this will be equals to half. A is there, T into T, that is T square, so half T square. So the area of triangle of ABD, it came out to be half AT square. I hope you have understood that how we did it gave the AT square. AD is equals to OC because these two are parallel to each other, and OC is T, so we can say that this is also T. BD, in the previous section only we have, in the previous one we have seen how to find the BD in the first equation of motion. So that was equals to to the AT. Okay, so we can write it half into T into AT, that will be equals to half AT square. Now putting the value on this equation in the first one, we can write it so we can write it here, students, that is S is equals to area of triangle ABD, it came out to be half AT square, plus area of rectangle OADC, it came out at UT. Or we can write it S will be equals to UT plus half AT square. So this is what, this is the second equation of motion. Okay, so with the help of the graph itself, we have find the second equation of a motion. So the distance traveled can be found by the area of triangle and rectangle. When we add both of them, so first of all we have to find the area of the triangle, then area of rectangle, and then by putting the value at a place, then we will get the second equation of motion, that is S is equals to UT plus half AT square. Now let us move and see the third equation of motion. So in the third equation of motion also, student, now see, in the second equation of motion we have find the distance traveled. Now distance traveled, as you look in the figure, look into the graph, what we are saying that we can find the distance traveled by this graph, that is OABC. So if we find the area of this graph, we are able to find the distance traveled. So is this the only method by which we can find the distance traveled, by adding the area of triangle or rectangle? No. There is another one. So we can also find S will be equals to, if you look at this, you will find that this is a trapezium. So S will be also equals to area of trapezium OABC. Either it can be a triangle and rectangle or a trapezium overall. So we will find the third equation of motion with the help of the same way. Now we know that to find the area of trapezium, it will be sum of two parallel sides plus, sum of two parallel sides into height, divided by 2. So by this formula, we are able to find the value of the trapezium, area of the trapezium. Now what are the two parallel side and what is the height here? So you see, when you look at this, OA is parallel to BC. So we can write it OA plus BC into, what is the height here? That is OC, divided by 2. So if we are able to find the, now putting the value of this, what we will get? OA is equals to U, BC is equals to V upon, into height will be equals to T upon 2. So U plus V into T upon 2. Now from the first equation of motion, student, what we have seen that the value of the t can be written as it can be written as v is equals to u plus at or t is equals to v minus u upon a. Now putting this equation in this one, if you will write here 2, if you will write here 1 equation. So putting the value of the second equation in the first one, what we will get here? We will get that is v will be equals to u plus v upon 2a v minus u. Okay, now you see here students, sorry, this will be equals to s. We can also write it like v plus u v minus u upon 2a. If this 2a will go to this side, it will be 2as is equals to. Now, v plus u and v minus u is equals to a plus b, a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. So, it will be v square minus u square. We can also write it like v square is equals to u square plus 2as. Now, this is what? This is the third equation of motion. So, with the help of this graph, we have find all the three equation of motion that we have derived, but now we have derived with the help of a graph. So, this is a graphical method of representing the or deriving the equation of motion.